AFD, and next to me is Elena, the president of AFC, and Arthur, the president of AFT. Tonight we will do our presentation in 3 different auditoriums where different speakers will guide you on a journey and tell you everything about our organizations and activities.
Whether you're sitting here in the auditorium, watching from...
Hello everyone, I'm Sarah, the president of AFD, and next to me is Elena, the president of AFC, and Arthur, the president of AFT. Tonight we will do our presentation in 3 different auditoriums where different speakers will guide you on a journey and tell you everything about our organizations and activities.
Whether you're sitting here in the auditorium, watching from home, your dorm, or even from your couch, we would like to welcome you at our info event. Being here already shows that you are willing to do more than just being a student.
And as you've probably noticed, we are 3 different organizations, but we have several things in common. And we would like to awaken your entrepreneurial spirit. And being an entrepreneur, it's much more than only starting your own business. It's much more than that. It's also finding out what you like, developing yourself, and discovering where you would like to go next. And that's what brings our organizations together, and that is what we stand for.
So, before we dive into our presentation, I would like to address our COVID-19 approach. All the organizations will do their very best to organize alternatives for all their activities, online or offline. So be prepared, put on your mouth mask, and let's start!
For AFC, then there will be a presentation from AFD, and we will end the evening with a presentation of AFT. Let me start by introducing myself. I am Elena, I am the president of Academics for Companies, and I'm a student business engineering. I would describe myself as a typical student. I like to go out, meet up with my friends, but I also try to improve myself as much as possible. And this is exactly why AFC is a perfect organization for me. We combine fun and personal development. Now, if I may ask, who here has already heard of AFC? All right, nice to see so many hands, but for the others, I will quickly refresh your memories. We are a student organization that prepares you for life after your academic career, and we do this by organizing activities about consultancy, entrepreneurship, and business in general. We make sure to bring out the best in all of you while you expand your social and professional network. Now I can hear you thinking, how will you achieve all of this? Well, we rely on certain values. 1, people. We care about your journey in search of personal development. We are a group of like-minded students, always ready to help each other. We are also open for all faculties. Everyone is welcome at AFC. 2, excellence. We strive to be better tomorrow than we are today, not only in our self-development, but also in our activities. With our 13 years of experience here in Leuven, we are well known for our high-quality offer year after year to make you stand out from the crowd. And 3, maybe the most important one this year, creativity. We have worked all summer and used our creative juices to make sure that everything we will present tonight will go on, no matter the situation. We are flexible and ready to adapt to all the changing measures. So you can be assured, if you want to apply for a more long-term commitment, everything will go on. Now I think we can finally start with presenting our activities for the semester. As usual, we divide them into 3 pillars: explore, learn, and apply. Yes, apply. You can explore your interests at one of our events, learn new soft skills in one of our workshop tracks, or you can apply your knowledge in one of our consultancy projects where you solve a real-life problem for a company. First up, our events. We will start the semester with our first event on the 29th of October, Consultancy Challenges in 2020. As I think the name is pretty clear. This event will be about consultancy firms and which challenges they have faced this year. Of course, COVID-19 is one of them, but they will also talk about other typical consultancy challenges. They will use examples and real-life cases they have worked on this year. Our next event is International Careers. Again, I think the name is pretty clear. We have invited keynote speakers that will talk about their experiences abroad and the impact that it has on their career. They will also point out cultural differences in work ethic. So if you're interested in going on an Erasmus or you are interested in an international career yourself, then I can recommend this event to you. In the meantime, we also take part in the Student Entrepreneurship Week together with Economica and VTK. This week consists of 3 separate events. The first one is Successful Startup Stories. At the Successful Startup Stories event, young entrepreneurs will speak about their backstories and how they achieved their goals. Next in this week, we have Case Day. This is a more interactive event where you work on a business plan. The last event of the week is Startup Lab. This is for all of you who already have $1 million idea, but you just need some guidance to get it off the ground. I want to stress that these 3 events are separate. You can choose if you want to join 1, 2, or all 3 of them. I also want to point out one more time that all of our events are very safe. Everything will happen safely. We follow strictly the measures from the government and the KU Leuven. Now I will pass the word to our project manager. She will present to you our workshop tracks for the semester and our projects for the semester. But allow me to quickly disinfect the pointer because you all know why.
So now the workshops. If you're interested in improving your soft skills, then the workshops are definitely for you. In these workshops, AFC will this semester organize 5 workshop tracks with 4 workshops each, and these will be organized by high quality firms. At the end of each workshop track, you will apply all the knowledge that you learned, and you will also get a certificate licensed by the KU Leuven. In these workshop tracks, you will learn how to improve your soft skills, meet the companies, and meet like-minded people. Now, let's get a little bit more into depth about the workshop tracks. Our first workshop track is the business skills track. This is for people who are passionate about business, and here you will learn about leadership skills, how to close deals, and so on. Then next on, we have the communication for success track. In this track, you will learn how to communicate in an effective way and learn how to give feedback and take it. Because right now, most companies think that this is the most lacked skill that people have. Next on, we have our public speaking track. This is a track where you can learn how to own the stage like a boss. You will learn how to structure a presentation, how to manage your stress levels, and you will learn many more things about presenting. Then we have the Kickstart Your Career track. Who here is in their final year or applying for an internship? Raise your hands. Okay, so a few people. This track will be definitely something for you. Here you will learn how to ace a job interview and how to kickstart your LinkedIn profile. You will even do a mock job interview with professionals. And lastly, our consultancy track. In this track, you will learn how to initiate a project, how to work with people in a team, and you will learn how to solve a problem. At the end of this track, you will also solve a real-life consultancy case and get some tips and tricks to get into a consultancy firm and own the job interview. Next in line are consulting projects. Are you interested in a consulting project? Then you should definitely do one. Simon will give a little bit more information about how a project just works.
Hi there! Do you see this handsome guy? That's me, Simon. Let me tell you how I got there. I'm sure you're familiar with all those boring class presentations. However, the one from AFC wasn't one of them. Academics for Companies organizes so many interesting things, but the consulting projects are really what got my attention. So I thought, why not give it a shot and apply? During the application, which included sending a cover letter and my resume, It became clear that AFC values motivation more than experience, which was very refreshing. A couple of days later, AFC made my day with their acceptance mail. And so, the journey began. Shortly after, I got to know my team. And although we had different backgrounds, we had so many common interests as well. Oh, and this one here, that's our project coordinator. She worked with us and guided us through the whole project. Then, we met up with the company. Basically, the company presented a business problem we needed to solve. This can vary from a market investigation to a strategic plan, or even product development. AFC offers projects for all types of students. No matter what faculty you're from, you can find something to your taste. How cool is that? The course of the project is best described like this: work hard, play hard. During the project, I learned how to work both independently as well as with my team. And if we got lost on the way, the professional partners were there to get us back on track. In the end, everything came together beautifully, and we presented our solution to the company, who implemented it in real life. Oh, and you also get a certificate, so you can boost your CV and prove to your mom you weren't partying all semester. Also get a certificate, so you can boost your CV and prove to your mom you weren't partying all semester.
So now we will look a little bit closer at our projects. Our first project is a go-to-market plan at Sterigenics. Sterigenics is all about sterilization, and you will need to find an alternative sterilization method and bring it to the market. If you're into finance, then our project at KBC Omnia Travel is the one for you. Here you will explore reimbursement models of business travel, and you will improve the revenues of Omnia Travel post-corona times. For the IT people here in the room, there's also an IT project. It will be at IP Building, which is an international company and specialized in smart homes and smart buildings. They want to go to a cloud structure and want to go from a sales model to a licensing model. Next up, we have Data Camp. This is all about HR. They want to explore why there are more men than women in the programming world and how they can recruit more women. Next up, we have Perbright. This is a life science project. Here you will solve a real-life problem that many of you have probably experienced. When your pet goes to the toilet, it may stink a little, and here you will find a problem for that. For this project, we will specifically look for scientifically people, and we will look for people who are interested in sustainability and creativity. Next up is Lemon Companies for a strategy project. Here you will map out the customer experience, the advisory boards, and you will create a pleasant atmosphere for the employees. Our second strategy project is more marketing focused. This will be at FedEx. Here you will look at the market distribution and take care of the business to consumer sales. And lastly, a new project that is not announced yet at Comsoft. Comsoft is the world leader in network planning, and here you will take care of the market research, benchmarking, communication, and decision making globally, also in Belgium and in Toronto in Canada. So these are our 8 consulting projects for the semester. You will also get 2 workshops, one from BCG and one from SIA Partners. All the other projects will also be supported by a few other consultancy firms. Now, if you want to fill up your ESP, you can also do it with a project, because at most faculties you can get ECTS credits for it. If you still have some questions, you can always look on our website and take a look on Facebook, because we have a Facebook group for the student consultancy projects. Now, let me end this presentation of AFC with a few key takeaways. The applications for the projects and the workshops are open right now, And the deadline is this Saturday, the 3rd at midnight. So don't miss the deadline. And what do you need to do right now? You need to registrate, send your CV and your motivation, and we will select you on these criteria. If you still have more questions, tomorrow there will be a Q&A event by AFT, AFC, and AFD, so we can still answer some questions if you have some. To end this, we provide you with opportunities, embrace them, and lastly, register and start your AFC journey today.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarah and I'm the president of AFD, Academics for Development. Who of you has already heard of AFD? Oh, so many, really nice. But let's be honest, if I would ask you what AFD is about, you will tell me organizing projects in the South, right? Well, yes, that's true. It's also our core business, but we have a lot more to offer than that. Actually, we want to offer each student the opportunity to unlock their full potential. We really believe that you can make a change, that you can have long-lasting differences in this world. It's a bold statement, right? But imagine what you can achieve, and then imagine that you can achieve all these things while having social impact. Take, for example, our AFD colleague, Koen. He wanted to become a successful optician, and he surely did. But he also wanted to create an impact. So what did he do? He invented glasses for children in the South that are adjustable so that they can use it for a longer time of period. Great idea, right? So now I want to ask you. You see, everyone has other dreams, goals, and impressions. So what do you want to achieve? And how do you want to achieve it while creating social impact? Well, we at AFD, we want to do this through social entrepreneurship. You probably heard of entrepreneurship, but what is social entrepreneurship? Well, social entrepreneurship is a difficult word, so I would like to use this graph to explain it a bit better to you. On the right side, we have the for-profit businesses. These are just casual businesses that sell products to do profits. For example, Coca-Cola. Then, on the other side, you have the classic non-profit business. They really have a mission. For example, WWF, they want to help endangered animals. So they do not want to make any profits and rely on donations. Well, social entrepreneurship is actually the best of both worlds. They make profits, but they also have a mission. So they combine both. We at AFD think that social entrepreneurship is very important. For example, Ecosia or Too Good To Go, they are social entrepreneurs. They do not pay their CEOs a lot of money. No, they invest it in something with a social cause. So this is also what we want to do. And actually, we really think that social entrepreneurship is the future and that we cannot stay with a casual entrepreneurship idea in our head. We have to balance people, profit, and people, planet, and profit. Yes. So that's why social entrepreneurship is included in all our pillars. As you can see on this slide, we have 4 different pillars. First, we have our events. With our events, we want to inspire you, to awaken you, to show you what's possible. Then we have 2 workshop tracks, the Bright Minds track and the Clean Tech Challenge. And then we have our projects in the South. This may sound all a bit fake to you, so let me explain it to you a bit further. First, we have our events. 3 years ago, I was also sitting on a table like that, participating in the Impact Case Day, also called ICD. It was a real eye-opening experience for me, because there you really work together with a group on problems given to you by multinationals. During that year, for example, there was a multinational and they asked to help us solve a problem. And there was a group that won because they had the idea to change the small filters in cigarettes that are made out of plastic to decomposable ones. Great idea, right? No one ever thought about it. So my question is to you is, do you want to make a change? Do you want to come up with the next idea? Well, if you do so, then I would suggest you to come to our event, Impact Case Day. It will be in the second semester, so keep our social media on your eye, and then you will see everything that's written there. Of course, we have also a lot of other events around coffee workshop, social entrepreneurship, and many other things. So again, have a look at our social media if you're interested in it. Secondly, we have our Bright Minds track. The very important question as a social entrepreneur is, how can we change the world but also make profits? This is what you will really learn during the Bright Minds track. Actually, you will have 12 interdisciplinary sessions, for example, workshops, lectures, and many more, maybe even a visit to a company. And there you will be taught everything about these 4 subjects: social entrepreneurship, circular economy, green innovation, fair trade and development. Sounds interesting for you? Then I would suggest you to apply. The applications are already open right now and will close the 3rd of October. Also, if you apply to this Bright Minds track, you will get the opportunity to work together with social entrepreneurs that have already had an impact. For example, Piet Koolruid or Sera, and many others. Then our next workshop track is together with AFT, Academics for Technology. It's called the Clean Tech Challenge. Academics for Technology, they really think that technology is the future. And we at AFD, we think that this future should be green and sustainable. That's why we combined everything together and we created the Clean Tech Challenge. The Clean Tech Challenge is a business plan competition where you will work together with a group on your own idea and try to make a really great business plan out of it. AFT will tell you more about it later on, but I want to tell you why it's so important for AFD. So if you think about green technology, what do you think about? Solar panels, things like that. But actually, green technology is a lot more than that. It's about people, not about the systems. We at AFD think that social entrepreneurship is the perfect solution for that. To make green technology more people-centric and not to fill up people's bank accounts. So this is really what the Clean Tech Challenge is about. If this seems something interesting to you, I would highly suggest you to listen carefully to our friends' presentation next, because they will tell you more about it. Oh, yeah. So before that, we have our last pillar, the projects, probably the most known among AFD. I would like to give the floor to Elias, but first, let me introduce a small video.
Ever since I was young, I've been fascinated by the power of water and its potential. This is why in 2 weeks, I'll be supporting the development of water turbines that provide electricity to rural communities in Chile.
In my free time, I help give basic healthcare to children in need in the university hospital, before I embark on my 6-week journey to help optimize the operations of a mobile hospital boat in India.
I try to spend most
in the world. We are true believers of social entrepreneurship and strive for scalable solutions for social problems across the globe. We are continuously looking for social entrepreneurs with a vision and ambitious university students with drive. Do you want to join a movement?
Good evening.
My name is Elias, and I hope you did like this video as much as I do. Last year, I was a project student, and I became really passionate about AFD in general. So let's start right off. What may you expect of an AFD project? Well, as a project student, you will be part of a 5 or 6 student team. You will work on an issue or opportunity in the Global South. And all of our projects are together with a partner, a social entrepreneur or an NGO. It could be possible that your team starts the project from scratch. But it could also be possible that you make a progress in the foundations that are already present. But either way, your team will be assisted by an experienced coach. Okay, let me guide you through the year and the timeline of being a project student. So after the application process in October, the real deal is about to start. In the first semester, you will do a comprehensive research on the problem, and then you present the potential outcomes. A specialist in the field will provide you with some feedback. And after that, we can all focus on our exams. During the second semester, you will construct a specific plan of action. This again will be reviewed by a specialist. And then finally, there's the implementation phase. During the summer, you will travel south for 6 to 8 weeks and stay with the partner. You will implement your own project outcome the way that you planned it. And obviously, you strive to have a durable social impact. Don't worry, there are plenty of opportunities to explore the beauty of the country you're staying in. This is a little sneak peek of where the projects will take place this summer. Let me quickly talk you through them. The first project is Trias, which assists local farmers by starting up a business. The aim is to turn pineapple waste into products which have an added value, like fertilizer. The next project is Hubi and Vinciane. This project tackles the lack of affordable products for menstrual hygiene. What do? Well, they create a reusable sanitary pad made out of banana fibers. Then we have the project Enable. This project creates a safe workspace for engineering and construction graduates to prepare them for their profession. Up next is the project Okwaganana. That's not the correct pronunciation, but okay. This project assists a school in implementing an irrigation system. The goal is to become financially independent and also to teach the local students about the best farming practices. Then we have the project Padai. And Padai's mission is to set up a community-based tourism agency where Belgian tourists can explore the south of India in an appropriate way. And all profits will go to a girls' shelter. Last but not least, we have the project with OVO. And the main idea is to create a subscription box that promotes African culture and in specific African craftsmanship. Okay, that was a short introduction to all of our projects. That's not enough. That's why you need to go to the website and there you can find a lot more information about each project. Okay, let's dig into some practical aspects and questions. Are you worried about going south? Well, you shouldn't be at all, because next to AFD, both the KU Leuven and the partner institution are actively involved in the experience. And what about the workload? AFD requires commitment, obviously, but the exact working time, that's hard to measure. In my group last year, we had a weekly meeting, which was a mix of fun and dedication, exactly what AFD represents. And keep in mind that the project is a flexible process. As a team, you are completely in charge of your own approach. But very roughly, compare the project to a 6-credit course. And very important, check whether you can actually add the project to your ISP as an optional course or as an internship. It's possible in most faculties. Now let's take a look at the financial aspect. Your stay and the project-related costs will be arranged by the partner. Travel expenses, however, are for yourself, but often you can apply for a travel grant. And I can hear you all thinking, what about the current uncertainty regarding the COVID-19? Well, up to now, all of our projects are planned to go through as normal. But what if there are serious traveling restrictions next summer? Well, our team is working hard to prepare a variety of alternatives, which are all optional. But keep in mind, even in the worst case scenario, no effort of you is lost. The partner could learn from your valuable research and insights, and it would actually help them. And what about yourself? Well, you will be enriched with like-minded friends and gain relevant experience in social entrepreneurship. So, are you looking for an extra challenge? Do you want to turn your theoretical knowledge into action, improve your social skills, and expand your international knowledge? Take your chance and apply. You can find all of the information on our website. You can also scan this code, and as well as the application tool. Keep in mind, the deadline to apply is the 3rd of October for the projects as well as for the Bright Minds track. Well, if there's anything still unclear, feel free to attend the Q&A session of tomorrow. And then I would like to give the floor to the colleagues of AFT. And I really want to thank you for your attention and have a great evening.
If you look at these pictures, you can already see what the future will look like. People are already working on brain implants, mostly for animals at the moment, but brain implants for humans are coming as well. There are already some self-driving cars on our roads, and the first manned mission to Mars is planned for the coming decade. So these are really exciting projects, and I think it's safe to say that the future is technology-driven. But before we look at the future, I would like to take a step back and look at the present, at today. The time that technology was only for engineers and computer scientists is already long gone. Nowadays, most people really rely on technology. So think of consultants, self-driving cars, public transportation, hospitals, farmers, pharmaceutical companies. I think it's really hard to think of a field where technology will not disrupt the ways that things are done soon. And the world is changing rapidly. And because of this, the shelf life of our skills and of your skills as well is becoming shorter and shorter. Because the students of today, these are the professionals of tomorrow, people expect from us that we can cope with this change. That whenever something new happens, something disruptive, we can take this into account and apply this on our own work. And that is a skill in itself. Luckily, this is also a skill that can be learned, and that's where we at AFT would like to help you. So what we would like to do is give you a gentle push in the right direction, and from then on, things will follow automatically. And I personally believe that being into technology is not really a personality, but more of a mindset. It's seeing something and wanting to know how it works. It's wanting to know the why behind a certain technology or a certain project. And it's also knowing which tools that you have to use or which new tools that you can use to achieve what you want to accomplish. And it's also there where we make the bridge to entrepreneurship, because it are these challenges and this constant innovation what drives us forward. So I'm really excited because these projects here behind me, it's you who will make this a reality in the future. So my name is Arthur and I'm the president at Academics for Technology. And for us, and probably for all of you and all organizations here tonight, the coming academic year will be a big challenge. And our teams had to innovate quite a lot over the past couple of months. But I'm really proud of what they achieved in such a short time. And I'm really happy to be here tonight and to be able to present you our program for the next academic year. So let's start off with our workshops and our master classes. So I just told you about the importance of skills in the field of technology, and our workshops is the first stop to accomplish this. A workshop is a session about a trending topic in technology, and with this session, we want to give you insights in the technology. The goal is that afterwards, you can tell the difference between hype and between reality. Whenever possible, we will also make sure that there's a hands-on aspect related to the workshop so that you can hit the ground running afterwards. Good to know is that most of our workshops do not require any prior knowledge or any prior skills, so if you're just interested in the topic, you're more than welcome to join us. So let's look at what we have for you next semester. We'll start with visual recognition, and this is a really important aspect of artificial intelligence. It's in your phones, it's in your computer, it's in self-driving cars. It will make these things possible. Or if you've heard of the Amazon Go stores, where you can just walk in, take what you need, and go out without passing checkout, that's also thanks to this. So we will look at business implementation and use cases, and we'll also look at the ethics of this technology, because that's a big topic as well. Next up are self-driving cars. And you've all heard of Tesla. They've been talking about this for a couple of years now. But other car manufacturers are catching up fast. So we think that this is something that will break through in the next 5 years or so. So here we will look at this and we will see how these new type of cars will fit into our current traffic system, because that will be a super complex challenge as well. Then we have augmented reality. So you all know virtual reality with the big goggles where you can walk around in a virtual world. Augmented reality is related to that. So you'll also wear glasses or lenses, but you'll walk around in the real world and there will be a virtual overlay. So for example, doctors who are doing an operation can see vital information right in front of their eyes about their patient. Or workers in a factory can look at a tool and instantly see information about this tool. So also here we'll look at use cases and how it can help a business. And then finally, we have big data analytics. So here you look at a huge pile of data, you try to find hidden patterns, and based on this, you can make smart business decisions. So this is for people who have no experience at all or do not know at all what this is about. Because if you're interested, we will tell you here on an entry level and show you how you can use it. Next up are our masterclasses. So a masterclass is a series of workshops, consecutive workshops, and they are organized around a certain topic. You'll also work with a group of students and you'll work on a certain case, and each workshop will guide you through this case. So in every workshop you'll learn something new and you can apply it immediately on your case. After the whole masterclass, you'll also get a certificate so that you can prove your participation and you can show people that you have gained knowledge on the subject. Next up are our events. And Leuven is actually the perfect place to host these, because the goal of our events is to inspire you, to zoom in on certain innovations and to bring you into contact with different companies in the field and interesting experts. Now, last week, Leuven was awarded the European Capital of Innovation. So I'm really proud to be a student here. I hope you are as well. And I'm really curious to see what you guys and other students here at KU Leuven are going to accomplish during the next 10 or 20 years. But let's start with women in tech. So diversity is really important on all levels of our society. And we at AFT, we would like to do our part as well. So at Women in Tech, we will celebrate gender diversity in the technology sector. And we will also promote a career in tech for everyone. So we have 6 female speakers. They will come and tell you their personal story. And they will come and tell you how they have experienced their career in tech. Now, as you can see, this will be a virtual event, but it will be a virtual event with a twist. You can already see our live stream around here. Our team, they're doing a really good job, and you can look at the results afterwards. The people at home will already be seeing it right now. But we have some other surprises for you as well. So we can really bring this gala atmosphere to your dorm. So stay tuned for that. I can already announce the first speaker, Caroline de Vos. And next to being a tour guide at Anders Reizen, she is also co-founder and COO at SAT ADSL. And they are a company that provides private networks worldwide via satellite. She was also a candidate astronaut, and she has also trained some candidate astronauts on some modules of the ISS here on Earth. So really cool experiences. We have 5 more speakers lined up for you, and we will announce them over the coming weeks. Next up is our new event, MedTech Convention. And Leuven is actually a pioneer in the field of MedTech. They're world class. And together with the student organization Junior Orsi, we will zoom in on these innovations. It's mostly thanks to research here at the KU Leuven that this is the case. Because of that, there are many startups here, even more spin-offs, and people worldwide are using technologies that are created here in Leuven. So during the event, we will see how technology is used in the medical world. We'll talk about the hospital of the future. We'll talk about 3D printing, prosthetics. We'll have a talk about open heart surgeries and brain simulation. A wide variety of topics. So if you're interested to know why Leuven is top of class, be sure to attend MedTech Convention because we will show you why. Then we have our CleanTech Challenge, which we organize with Academics for Development. And they already told you what this is and what the vision of our event is. I would like to dive a little bit deeper into the practicalities. So in a couple of weeks, our kickoff event will take place. And here, former participants will tell you about their experience. So they tell you how the CleanTech Challenge has helped them. We'll also have some inspirational keynotes where you can learn more about CleanTech. And you will also get the chance to form your teams. Now, to participate in the CleanTech Challenge, you do not need a background in technology. As with any startup or any business project, you need a multidisciplinary team. You need people who work on the technological side, you need people who work on the business side, and you need people for marketing. You need people to get to know your customers, or just visionaries who have a good view of the future and a good view of your project. Now, you might already know the dream team that I'm talking about. Maybe you only know 2 people that fit the criteria, or maybe you're still looking for such a team. In any case, be sure to attend our kickoff events, because here you will get a chance to know the other participants. If you already have an ID, you can pitch it there and see if anyone is interested in joining you. Maybe other people will tell you their ID, you can join them. Or even if you don't have an ID, you can join us as well, because we will help you during the first phase, the ideation phase, and the companies that we partner with will help you as well. So if you're just interested in experiencing what it's like to start on your own ID, start on your own business, then definitely come to the kickoff event. Finally, the prizes. As you know, the winning team will go to London, but there are some other prizes as well. And if you're interested in continuing with your ID, making a business out of it, AFD and AFT might even fund you to get you going. And no strings attached, by the way. Finally, I would like to talk about our hackathon. And by show of hands, I would like to know who here knows what a hackathon is. About 10 people out of the 50 people present here tonight. And that's mostly because a hackathon is looked at as a really technological-oriented event and a really niche event. Now, I'll first tell you what a normal hackathon is, and then I'll tell you what we at AFT do differently. So during a normal hackathon, teams of people work on a certain problem, and this problem is often technology-minded or coding-oriented. So often hacking is involved, hence the name hackathon. And they work on this problem for 24 hours straight, maybe with a power nap in between, but it's really the goal to go deep into the project. Now at AFT, we think that the business side is super important as well. So that's why at our hackathon, teams of students work for 24 hours on the technological side and on the business side of a project. So we will provide multiple cases over different industries. So if you're interested to work on a project for a 24-hour time frame, be sure to check out this event. 2 years ago, by the way, this was one of the largest student hackathons of Belgium, and we're really proud that we can organize this again. So then I would like to invite Chris Tuurlings on the stage. So last year, he was a participant on our student startup trip to New York City. And this year, he is part of our international relations team. So he's already on the floor. Please give him a warm applause.
Thanks, Arthur. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming tonight. Okay, there we go. So I'm here tonight to unveil to you the destination for the Student Startup Trip 2021. This year, of course, will be a special edition, seeing the current pandemic. So some of you may know what a Student Startup Trip is. Is there anyone who knows what it is? You can raise your hand. I see only 3 hands here in the PDS. All right, so I'm going to give a quick explainer to you. The Student Startup Trip actually is a trip, an actual physical trip, where we go to a location somewhere and we learn about the startup scene. We go visit startups, venture capital firms, larger businesses, some very interesting top entrepreneurs. And our goal with this trip is that the participants, they get inspired to become entrepreneurs, or at least entrepreneurial minded. And the second thing we want to achieve is that we want to teach these people about startups and about entrepreneurship. So this year's location, we're really excited to announce it to you. It's a special one. We think you'll like it. And right now, let's go ahead and watch the video. There we go.
Do you remember when we were walking through the Marina Bay in Singapore? Or maybe it's the memory of New York skyscrapers that takes away your breath. Do you remember when we were walking through the Marina Bay in Singapore? Or maybe it's the memory of New York skyscrapers that takes away your breath. Or maybe your mind is still in San Francisco, inspired by watching the sunset over the Golden Gate Bridge. Well, regardless of what you've seen of us, we're back. And this year we are venturing to a place with one of the most exciting startup scenes around. A place where a growing number of incubators are building the next generation of startups. A place that not only spurs on innovation through its top-class universities, but a place we call home. That's right. This year, it's coming home. So come with us as we embark on our very own tour of Belgium. This is Student Startup Trip 2021. Starting off in the heart of Europe, the true metropole that is Brussels, as we take a dive into the startups of one of Europe's biggest melting pots. Next up is the city described as the best kept secret of Europe, Ghent. It has a flourishing biotech scene that may come as a surprise, but saying it's worth discovering is an understatement. Rounding off our trip, the city is home to the second biggest harbour in Europe, Antwerp. Next to the harbour, it houses a major startup scene with more than 350 startups. Getting to know these entrepreneurs and their companies will be unforgettable. Well then, my friends, now it's up to you. Don't miss this opportunity to meet and learn about Belgium's top entrepreneurs and most promising technology companies. Come join us, and we will see you soon.
I'm really proud to say that the student startup trip is coming home. So as Chris already mentioned, we've been to many international locations over the past couple of years. So we've grown a pretty big international network. But at every location, we could see that there was a strong link back to Belgium. So as we've seen, Belgian entrepreneurs, Belgians abroad, actually do very well there. And it's not only Belgians that said this, also people from the United States, from New York, or people from Singapore have told us as well, so you know it's true. Well, Now we're going to take the opportunity that this period gives us, and we're going to see why our Belgian base is so strong. We're going to do this in Antwerp, in Brussels, and in Ghent. 3 major cities here in Belgium, but also 3 major cities in Europe. I'm really curious to see what it brings. I hope you guys are excited as well. And if you want to join us on this adventure, be sure to subscribe on our website. So before rounding off, I would actually like to thank the AFT team and also the team of AFD and AFC. So everyone was really busy the past couple of months to see how we could adapt our events, how we could adapt this info event. And I'm really proud of what all teams have accomplished. So guys, thank you for that. Now it's time for us to round off. I hope I've shown you the importance of technology and the importance of it in the world that we live in today. And I hope you're interested in some of our activities as well. All information is on our website. Be sure to subscribe to the newsletter so we can communicate through there. And then, yeah, I hope to see you at one of our activities. And thank you for listening to me. Bye.
Yes, you have the pointer. So we just have a few small things to add. And of course, it's not working with the PowerPoint right now. But actually, what we wanted to say is to really say thank you for coming over. And we hope that we could inspire you to join any of us, like AFT, AFC, or AFD. Because what we really want to do is just create an impact for all of us. So we would like to invite you to come to our Q&A tomorrow. It's online, so you can just join at home. It will be from 7 till 10 in the evening. On our Facebook page, you can find the link. It's going to be via Zoom. So you just have to click on it, and then you can choose to which organization you want to go and whom you want to ask questions to.
Yes, we also launched a giveaway. It was an escape room in the exit room in Leuven worth €96. So we will now announce the winner. And the winner is Rob van der Kruis. Congratulations. Since we don't know if you're present here or watching from home, we'll contact you with more information.
All right. Is it still on? It is still on. Perfect. So that's it for us tonight. Thank you all for coming, and we hope you have enjoyed our presentations. Now, for the people here in the auditorium, be sure to leave through the back. There's some people waiting there for you with some folders as well. It's self-service, so corona-proof. Now, that's it. Thank you all for coming, and have a great evening. See you.